What is going on, guys? Liz over here at Pondering Creations Farm. Welcome back to my channel. We are hanging out at the pond today, and I figured I was going to take you guys into the greenhouse and show you our new gardens. We have some veggie gardens that we started in there this year, and they are starting to explode. So I figured I was going to take you guys in there and show you what is growing. We have committed to homesteading. This is our third year, and we probably, I would say, like a third of our produce is something that we grew and canned from last year, and I really wanted to boost that a little bit this year. So I figured what better way to do that than to reconfigure our garden and also create a new one. So let's go back and see what's blooming back there already. We have already been producing food from in there, and I'm super excited. So let's go check it out. So this is our aquatic greenhouse where we grow mostly aquatic plants that we sell. But this year we decided to switch it up a little bit and extend the garden. So we created a little garden in the greenhouse. So guys, I really want you to push those limits and see what you can do to extend your growing season this year, because we are already getting some tomatoes, and that's really unheard of for us in this zone. Container gardening is definitely a great option. All you need is a little bit of organic matter and some soil and seeds, and you've got a garden. Start thinking outside the box and do what you can to just start growing some food, even if that means just a couple pots inside your house, you know, in the winter, and then you can transition that stuff outside. Windows are great for making little cold frames, and yeah, I would just really encourage you to try to extend your season this year. We have a water source. We recycle all the fish water for all of our aquatics, for all of our aquatic plants, but also for this garden. So we don't necessarily have a hydroponic system in here, although I do think it's something that we could convert to. But what we did do is we took these old fish troughs. So these containers were actually like military shipping containers. Pretty sure somebody said they held missiles, electronic equipment. All right, so let's talk about these tanks for just a minute.
Yes.
We got them from a fish farm that was closing down, right?
No, hobbyists. But I found them on Craigslist.
Fish hobbyists that were done with them.
And I thought they were the coolest thing ever, so bought them. Held them securely for, I don't know, 5 years with hay in them.
It was hay storage. I mean, this was hay storage.
Never set them up for fish. They were military missile guidance system sets. So they came from some military origin, and now they grow peppers and basil.
Ornamental horticulturalist at work.
String tied. Do balloon animals too.
Master string tire. So all these pots that are growing right here around this flagpole actually started in the greenhouse, and I just had them protected with a couple of windows. And really, it's just doing what you can to get food growing as quick as you can come spring. And it really worked for us, and we were able to have lots of fresh greens earlier in the season this year. Something I tried for the first time this year that I'm really happy with is this quinoa, and it's actually been growing out here since I think the beginning of March or the end of February probably, because it really pushes the colder weather and you're able to start it earlier. So if you live in a colder climate, this might be a great opportunity for you. Quinoa, and it's rainbow, so I'm excited to see what we got. I just got to remember to come out here and water it because it's the only thing I have out front this year. Got my dwarf tomatoes. We've planted some peanuts in here. There's beets. We've got beans that'll eventually come out. This thing exploded because when we put these in, we took all of the chicken compost and we put that in here. But guys, our peppers are ginormous. Considering it is the beginning of June in Connecticut, and I just planted my peppers outside in my garden like 2 days ago, and these have been in this bed for I almost want to say 2 months now. So we've got tons of pepper blossoms, and the beans are really coming on. Obviously the borage is exploding. There's an eggplant over there, more beans. I also did asparagus beans this year. I have some red Malamar spinach that's gonna be great in here because it's super hot. I've got some cucumbers that are starting to blossom. Let me know down in the comments, guys, what's your favorite thing to grow? Or if you're not really growing anything, what would be your ideal thing to grow? Like your dream thing to grow? I know for me, it was to have a strawberry patch. And it took me 14 years to get this one in the ground. And I wanted to show you guys the bees. They came just the other day. So we're very excited to have bees back at the farm. So I'm actually gonna link last year's garden tour to the end of this video, and stay tuned for this year's garden tour, which will be probably in a couple weeks when this garden gets a little growth. All right, let me ask you this. What do you think the best part about having these gardens in here is? He said because everything is ginormous and he's gonna have peppers before the 4th of July. I don't know if you can hear because of the rain. And yeah, I think we will. There's already peppers right there, babe. You can have a mini pepper tonight if you want.
That's too many.
Huh?
Too many.
Well, I'm just saying, you'll definitely have them by 4th of July if they're already here.
And the eggplant that's setting already.
I saw that. How long do you think this has extended our growing season?
Well, it started earlier. I don't know how long it's going to extend it, because all these are going to peter out by the end of the season.
Right, but we're going to rip them out before they probably peter. Well, I mean, we're going to probably have to rip them out a little healthy to replant. You know?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see.
But, so I said 2 months because that's what it's already been. So I feel like, when do we normally have our first frost? Mid-October. So I'm thinking we're going to be eating food like spinach and chard and that kind of stuff in December.
Even without heat in here, you can shut the doors.
Even without heat, we'll shut the doors. We'll fill everything up. We can bring more of these stock tanks in too, and we can do the pots and then the stock tanks.
It's a giant thermal sink.
Yeah. And plus, if we just did another layer of plastic even over just this part.
The double bubble.
Yeah, the double bubble. So thanks for joining us on the homestead today, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little tour of my greenhouse vegetable garden. And definitely tune back in to our channel and see what it produces this year and how our garden grows. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, share it around, and thanks for watching. The point is, look at what you've done. This is gorgeous. It's not COVID, it's tomato. You want to be the star of today's show? Come here. I want a nice picture of you. Sit.